All right, clear front, clear back, go. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
What are you doing?
You failed this place. You failed us.
People talk about the fact that Blue Lights feels authentic, and the reason for that is it's based in journalism and experience. So we're former journalists, and we always had a motto where, you know, to tell a story, you have to see the whites of someone's eyes. You have to sit in front of them. So that's what we do. Every time we go to make a new series of Blue Lights, we meet a lot of people and we hear their stories, and then we put it into our screenplays.
An incident that happened last night. We just wondered if you'd heard anything or you'd seen anything.
You just feel the love, can't you?
We directed in series 2 and we hadn't directed TV before, and that brought a big responsibility because this is our city. Like, if it goes wrong, we're having to leave the country. But it was something we really relished because, like, we really talk a lot about Belfast being a real character in the show, like that Belfast should have its own presence and life in the show. And because it's a post-industrial city, obviously with the backdrop of a very troubled era, it's very unique architecturally.
Season 2, I think, is a bit bigger visually than season 1. It's a bit more expansive. You see more of the city, which is deliberate, and you see the kind of vibrant city centre, all the bars and restaurants and clubs and people partying, which is also a really big part of Belfast. And so all of these communities that we're featuring now, we have spent quite a lot of time in. So a lot of the attitudes and the things people say and their outlook on life and the dynamics is all drawn from years ago, you know, experiences that we had. I definitely don't think we could write this show or direct it if we hadn't spent a long time as journalists in this place.
We're doing the best we can.
Right, hi.
If you want to make a show about the people that live in Belfast, is you have to be honest. Sounds very simple, but you need to be honest from the outset. You need to tell people what you're doing, why you're doing it, how it might impact them.
Adam and I grew up when the conflict was ongoing, but we've written a show about the consequences of that for everybody who witnessed it.
I'm looking into an incident that happened during the Troubles.
Sorry, no. We need to leave the past alone.
And so that's what the show is about.
We had no help, no guidance, no law.
It needs to be out in the open, all of it.
It was very important for us in season 2 to show a place that is now a nice place to live, but there's still that hinterland and that backdrop of legacy of the conflict. So you still have divided communities in some parts of the city, but compared to 30 years ago, it's a completely different place now. So policing it is different too. So now police are doing more normal stuff, you know, just like ordinary everyday policing that happens everywhere in the Western world. But they also have to still deal with this legacy of division.
In the name of God, Helen, a loyalist feud? Why didn't we see this coming?
The shadow and the kind of backdrop of where we've been is very evident, but people are resilient and aspirational and are looking to the future and dragging this place with them. And I think that's really what Belfast is about. You can't forget your past because that is what defined us. But you got to look forward and you got to think there's better days ahead. And I think that what you'll get here is a people that are very proud of themselves.
We survive, no matter what. Look, I won't let you down here. I know you won't.
There's a lot of characters in the show who are dealing with real trauma from the past. And it's about how the past of this place influences the present and how past trauma influences life now. And we all live in a moral grey area. Sometimes we do good things, sometimes we do bad things. And that's very much the lesson of Blue Lights for the cops as well as the baddies, is everybody's in a moral grey area. You can kind of understand why they do bad things. And that, I think, is very much very Northern Irish.
What is it that you want?
I want things to go back to the way they used to be around here.
Hope is a very important element of Blue Lights. If you grew up in what we grew up in, and you look at it now, if you didn't have some hope in your heart, you'd be absolutely irrational and crazy. To think that a place can be that and become this.
Our experience of these places is that they are actually full of life and love and hope.
Good work.